So, welcome back to my channel, Conscious Evolution. My name is Alan. Thank you all for joining me here. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. I really do. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about these healing frequencies that we are interacting with here on this planet. It's like these new frequencies here, this new light and information that's here on the planet. And it's the frequencies that I channel, that I am the antenna for, to do the healing work that I do. And it's miraculous. I mean, to me, the way I see it, it is miraculous. I mean, it's like miracles every day. There's no limits to these frequencies as far as I see it. There is no limit. Like, this can help and enhance everything in your life, in my opinion, because that's my experience. That's the experience that I've had. I've seen it transform people. I've seen it transform me. I mean, go back to when I started my YouTube channel, and you can see the transformation that I've gone through, because I've shared that all with you. And being exposed to these healing frequencies, and being attuned to the frequencies, having that DNA activation, if you will, has really changed my life. And now I facilitate the healings, and I'm a practitioner, and I see how this energy interacts with everyone around us, everyone in our field. And when we're doing the healing sessions and doing them over a distance, like, there's no distance too great for these healing frequencies. We're all connected in the field, in this quantum field, in this 0 point energy field, that the second I start bringing these frequencies through, no matter where you are in the world, I can direct them to you, and it's instantaneous. The second I start doing it is the second you start receiving them. It's amazing. All right, anyways, it's what I wanted to talk about today, was a little bit more about my story and how that came about. I've done several videos about the vision that I had that awakened me to this inner healer and put me on this path. So I just kind of wanted to elaborate on that. So this is going to be Awakening to the Inner Healer Part 2. So, I had my vision, and if you don't know, real quick, that vision was just of an image of me looking down at my hands, and all my fingertips were bright, glowing balls of light. And then the next day, I was led to a YouTube video of this guy talking about light coming out of his hands and healing people. And it was like, right then and there, I knew what that vision was showing me, and I knew what I was here on this planet at this time to do, without question. And I haven't doubted that at all. So I know that's what I'm here for, is to bring this light and information onto the planet, and share that with you guys, and to become the practitioner. That's my purpose. One of my purposes in this life is to share this information with you also. So I had my vision, and I found the video, which led me to Dr. Pearl, who was the first one to discover these frequencies in his chiropractic office. He was a chiropractor, and he just started feeling these sensations in his hands, and it just kept going on, and miraculous things kept happening to his patients. People were receiving healings because of these sensations that he was feeling in his hands. And I mean healings like people getting up out of wheelchairs, people being healed from fibromyalgia, yeah, ailments that medical science had no answers for. People were being cured of and having healings. So, and healings can come in many different forms, in mind, body, spirit, emotional, mental, spiritual healings, or physical healings. It's different for everybody. Everybody has a different experience. But in my experience, awakening to this ability that I have to channel this frequency was magnificent. So I had my vision, and I was led to the video the next day, And that put me on the path of learning everything that I possibly could about this work, about these frequencies. So I just started consuming content, and I followed, and there really wasn't a whole lot. It's just Dr. Eric Pearl, and probably got 200 interviews on YouTube, and everybody's asking the same question. He's telling the same story over and over again, and you can only get so much information out of that. And he's got a website which got some information on it too, but I I got the two books that he wrote. And one of them that tells you the most about these healing frequencies is called Solomon Speaks. That book really breaks down the healing frequencies for you. And that book helped me a lot and still helps me to this day. It's a short, easy read. So if you guys are feeling these frequencies, then I would recommend starting there if you're getting tired of the repetitiveness of YouTube and the frequencies. But there's actually some really good information like this video. So I was consuming all this content and I had to learn everything about it that I could. Like, I could not know enough about it. And I was learning it because I knew instinctually and at that time that I was going to be doing this work. So I knew I had to be able to comprehend what was going on with these frequencies to a level that I could speak to people about it, that I could tell you what I think is going on and what's happening and why, and what's going on with these healing sessions and everything that's happening with these frequencies. I had to know it. So I read and learned, and then one of the videos I came across was like a demo. Somebody was saying to hold your hands up, and you picture there's a hook in each hand, and there's like a little string attached to it, and then you just start pulling that string, stretching that string like a little spider web, nice and easy. So I did that, and all of a sudden I felt these sensations in my hands, and then all of a sudden I felt it was like a magnet, like there were magnets. And when I moved my right hand, I could feel sensations in my left hand. And when I pulled my right hand away, it pulled the fingers on my left hand towards my right hand. I couldn't believe it. I was just like jaw dropped. I had no explanation for it. Like, I had never heard of energy work before. I had no idea what it was. I didn't know of Reiki or any of that stuff. And then the first time I try it, I feel these sensations, and it feels like there's magnets in my hands that are pulling my. It was surreal experience. So I kept playing with that sensation. I was fascinated. I still am fascinated by it. I've been doing it for about a year now, and I do it all the time. I'm always just I gotta feel it. So when I move my right hand, I feel it in my left hand. So that's what I was doing the most of. I would just sit there and like literally do this. Like, I can feel it. And I'd feel it through all my fingers. And I'd do it with the other hand. And I feel it through all my fingers. I'm like, that is nuts. I kept playing with that, and the more I played with the frequencies, the more they developed, the stronger they got. And I would say over about a period of like 2 months, I think I really was able to access them on demand. Because before I'd have to like really concentrate and really pay attention and really work on getting them to feel those sensations. And now, or I like, after like 2 months of doing that, I was just able to pull them through. Like, all right, it's time to do the healing work. And I just started doing it. And I felt them incredibly strong in my hands. It's like when your hand falls asleep and you get those like pins and needles in your hands, it feels like that. It's like that feeling mixed with like a pulse. Boom, boom. It's like when I just access the frequencies, it just feels like your hand fell asleep, like you sat on your hand, and it's like that pins and needles feeling. But when I have a connection, when I'm doing the healing work, when I connect with somebody or something or an animal or a person, it starts to pulse. Like, I can see that energetic bond or connection rather, and I feel it just pulsing in my whole hand and then up my arm, and my like whole body just starts feeling this. And I'm like, oh wow, I'm literally an antenna for this healing work. I channeled that energy and I can direct it to wherever I'm directing it to, anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world at any time. It doesn't matter. We're all connected in this field, this quantum field, this 0 point energy field. We're all connected in that. So the second I start bringing these frequencies through, you could literally be on the other side of the world and you will feel them immediately. If you feel the sensations, like when you have a session facilitated to you, if you feel the sensations in your body, then you'll feel it. As soon as I start doing it, you'll know. It's amazing. Anyways, so I kept playing with this and it kept getting stronger and stronger. And one of the coolest things, I worked at a car dealership, and one of the coolest things I noticed is how people were being different around me. I was carrying this higher vibration. I was happy, and I was always playing with this energy, always. So I would notice that like people that would come around me, like within 10 feet of me, they would just smile. People that I've never seen smile in the 2 years I was there at work they just smiled. They came up to me and just smiled, didn't say anything, just started smiling. Like I could tell that there was a different energy around me, that the people around me were interacting with me differently. And it was really a noticeable shift for me. I so I I kept playing with the energies, and I got I asked my friends and family if I could just, wave my hands over them. If they would just lay down and close their eyes, if I could lay my hands or wave my hands over them. And, some of them agreed to, like, sure, man, why not? So when they did that, I put my hands down, I started pulling the frequencies through, and I put my hands on either side of their head, like, just like, just like that. I have my hands like this. And I started seeing these registers that I've seen on the videos, on the training videos, and on online with the videos of people's sessions. I saw their eyelids flutter. They go through these what's called registers, and your eyelids start to flutter. Little facial muscles, or not even muscles, like you can't make that muscle move, but that muscle would move during the session, and people's arms would flail, or like involuntary muscle movements is what we call registers. And that was like the visual confirmation to me that this was real, that I was really doing this work. This is prior to any like actual training. I just knew it. Yeah, everybody has this ability. You watching this video right now have this ability. If you want to, you can do it. Anybody can do it. You can activate that part of your DNA. If you want to do it, if you believe you can do it. If you don't believe you can do it, you're not going to be able to do it. But if you believe that anybody can do this, then you can do it right now. Now, it's not going to come through super strong at first, but you'll feel it. It's a noticeable sensation, and you just have to develop that. Well, with me, I had such a tenacity to learn everything about this because I knew it's my purpose. I know it's what I'm meant to do. And I just, all day, every day, was just messing with it, playing with it, accessing these frequencies, and I just love it. So, I started waving my hands over, friends and family, and seeing these registers and getting that confirmation. I knew that's what I was meant, that's what I was really doing. This is it. This is the same thing that they're doing. And these guys, they said anybody could do it. I believed, actually, I don't know if I believed it at first. I just tried it and it happened. And then I believed it. So I saw these registers, those eyes fluttering. That was like, I was in such shock when I first saw that, in awe. I was really just looking down in awe. Like, is this, like, I thought the person was like messing with me. Like, and then if you try to do that, like if you've seen someone's eyes go into register where they flutter, I don't think you can do that. Like, voluntarily. I don't think that's something you could do. Like, I don't know. You'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll get a video of a healing session I do soon, and you guys can see that. As soon as I started feeling these frequencies, that this was what I was here to do, and I learned everything I could about these frequencies until I was able to explain what this was to people, and the people that came to me for the healing is the people that I knew I would be interacting with now. So I did it until I was comfortable talking about it. So then I started doing the online training course. That was back in November when I ordered the course. So I started doing it, and it teaches you pretty basic things: how to feel the frequencies. It gives you different exercises on what to do and how to feel and how to develop the frequencies to become a clearer channel for the frequencies. Is essentially how I saw it. So I started doing that, and I was feeling the frequencies more and more. And one day, this voice just came into my head, and I just knew it was like, "You're ready to do the work. It's time." And I just knew it. I just knew it was talking about this healing work because that's all I did. That's all I was doing was healing, 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 learning, 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 learning for months. Like, I think it was from November and January. So yeah, that those November, December, and then in January of 2019, I started offering free distance healing sessions through my YouTube channel. But before that, I had in the very beginning of January, I had reunited with an old friend of mine that was also into some form of energy work. And she did tarot readings and Reiki. And, I had known this person almost my whole life. So we got, kind of got reconnected, and we started doing energy work. And I went over there and did a set. I met with her and did a session in person, and it was awesome. I saw the registers, and there was it was cool. I did the session, and she felt the frequencies and had a wild experience. And then I think it was a day or two later after that, I had another knowing, I guess you could say. And this knowing was that I was ready to do distance sessions. So I called her up and was like, let's do a distance session. I was like, I don't really know how to do this. I don't know I've never done it before, but I think I know what to do. And so she was like, cool. And I set up the time, and I did it that night. And I just started sending the frequencies to her, and she felt them. She had a session, and she had an experience, and she actually had a healing. Then she had a pain in her hip or something from falling that day, and like that pain went away. She woke up and it was gone. Like, it was so cool. And they see a lot of people. A common thing is that people will see different colors, or maybe have visions, or you see different things. Me personally, I saw purples and blues and golds. Like, with my eyes closed, I just saw these colors come through during my distance healing session that I had facilitated to me. And, I had different visions of, of different things, of images that have since have since come to pass, where I've seen these visions in my travels across country recently. So after I did that distance session with this friend of mine, that I knew I was ready. So that's when I started offering the free healing sessions on my channel. And I did 10 free sessions, and I had 10 people reach out to me pretty quickly within that first 3 weeks. I think I had done the 10 distance sessions with people, and it was fantastic. I met some amazing people, and I wanted to hear about all their experiences, so I kept in touch with them. We talked a lot back and forth. A couple of them, I actually did a lot of energy work with them. We did multiple sessions after the free session, and it was powerful experiences, and it changed people's lives. It changed my life. It's like that confirmation that what I'm doing is real, that I see it. I feel it. I know it's real. I've seen the physical confirmations with the registers of the people and the experiences that these people are having. And then I'm doing it through a distance. The one of the first people that contacted me, one of them was in California. I did a session for her. She had an amazing experience. And then the next person was um, in the UK, in the United Kingdom. So, like, twice as far away. And it doesn't matter how far away you are. It's we're all connected in this field, like I said before. It's fascinating. So after that, I decided it was time to get trained properly with these frequencies. So I booked a trip. I flew out to Palm Springs, California for a 3-day training seminar on the reconnective healing frequencies, and became a certified practitioner. So it's like such a quick evolution of how my life changed ever since having that vision. I had that vision in October of last year. And by January, I was doing free healing sessions over my YouTube channel, free distance healing sessions. And then that April, I went to get trained and certified. And now I'm a certified practitioner, and now I've been doing this work for several months. I quit my job and this is what I do. I do my YouTube channel and I facilitate healings for people. An interesting story. So I had these 10 people plus family and friends that I'd done the session. So I think it was probably like 15 people that I'd done sessions for prior to any formal training. Well, when I flew out to California, on my way to the training seminar in Palm Springs, California, I went with somebody. I met a friend and we drove out there together. And my friend had a sick aunt. Her aunt was sick. She was having a tough time. I think she was having was starting to experience like organ failure or some kind of liver disease. I can't remember exactly what it is, but she was in bad shape and she couldn't get up and walk on her own. She couldn't get out of bed on her own. She couldn't get up off the couch on her own. Like she was sick. She was not healthy. She was in dis-ease. And she wanted me to do a session for her aunt. So we stopped by there on the way to Palm Springs. And I did a session for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, on our way through. It was a real quick thing. And I just did the session for like 10 minutes and then we left. Well, that night, she freaked her husband out because she just got up out of bed and went to the bathroom on her own. Like she wasn't able to do that for months prior. She's been like bedridden and needed help. So that was another confirmation. That was the first sick person that I had worked on, and it was just boom, like immediately started getting better in her life. Immediately things started changing. Immediately her quality of life improved. Like another confirmation. Then I go to the healing or the training seminar, and we do the healing and learn so much, and so many miraculous things happen there. So many amazing experiences being surrounded by these healing frequencies, and in 160 to 200 people all accessing these frequencies all weekend long was a powerful experience, very palpable. You can feel it. After I was certified, I started I started doing I started offering group healing sessions to where I would get, a group of like 10 people together and I would facilitate a healing session for all of them at the same time. It was, it made sense. It was like the evolution of things of seeing that the more people I had work on me at the training, when there was 3 people like working on me or you were working on like a group of people, it was a powerful experience. It felt stronger the more it was there. So after we got back from the training, I started offering group healing sessions where I would do healing and facilitate healing for groups of people. And it was powerful experience. You can get 10 people at the same time, 20 people, 50 people, 150 people, doesn't matter. I almost feel like the more people that join, the more powerful it is. But there was another confirmation that this works too, that it doesn't matter. There's no limits. The only limits to this work is the limits that we put on it. The limits that are in our mind are the only limits that I see for this, And the second group session we did, one of the people that participated in the group session had a miraculous healing take place, and she was cured of her fibromyalgia. So I had her on the channel and we talked about her experience, and it's phenomenal. I mean, she went back and was like going through past life regressions. She was having visions and interactions with other beings. Like, not everybody has experiences like that. Most people just feel like relaxed and see colors, or, don't see anything, but just have a feeling of relaxed and feel the sensations in their bodies. But she had like this whole past life regression and conversations with multi-dimensional beings. Like, it was powerful. I'll try to remember to link that video below. But her name was Nikki, and she had a healing take place. And later on in that year, over the summer, she came down to my brother's when I was staying there in Maryland. She came down and I met her and was able to give her a hug. But right after the session, that's what she said. She's like, when I get a chance, we're going to drive down there and we're going to give you a big hug. And I was like, wow, like I was so touched by that. So it's like, it's been able, I've been able to touch so many people with this healing work. And now I don't take credit for the healings. It's not me doing the healing. I am just the antenna. I am accessing this light and information and this energy, and I act as an antenna. So I'm the conduit that allows this energy to flow through me, and I can channel it to you. And then it's up to you. If you're open to receive the healing frequencies, then you're open to receive a healing, whether that's going to be a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual healing. That's to be determined. Everybody has a different experience with this. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the healing work that I do, go visit my website, which is consciousevolution.love. I'll have a link for that below also. If you have any questions, you can email me at contact@consciousevolution.love or ajtaylor408@gmail.com. Or just go to the website, put in your email address, and subscribe to get the updates and the newsletters and the discounts and special offers that I offer for my healing sessions. I'll do that every now and then. I'll put a coupon code out for a discount or something. Yeah. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share with anyone you think that this might resonate with, because this is the mission, spread the love, spread the healing, spread the energy. And everything is energy. Spread the love. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. Be the change that you want to see in this world, and love yourself, because it all starts with you.